everyone, I'm Chef Ukhonaye from Capsicum Culinary Studio, Rosebank Campus. Now today we've got for you inexpensive Valentines, or we might just call it Valentines in a budget. Now this is sort of the 3-course meal that doesn't have to break the bank, but brings all the flavor to town. In our starter, we have polenta and mushroom, which is just a creamy, delectable dish, very simple, and obviously just cheesy with a heart. We've got as our main, a classic romantic dish, which is pasta and chicken. And for dessert, we've got berries and just meringues, and we've got an eaten mess for you. Tune in and just see what we're doing. Okay guys, so as we said, for our starter we're having the polenta. So it's exactly just like nothing different about it. It's just a fancy about going to private school, just like Capsicum. So right here, it's literally, you boil it the same way and steam it, just like how you make pap at home, but slightly a little bit more stiff to this consistency right here. See, then once you have it there, literally switch it off, and you should have a tray ready with just good cling film, because we're about to cool it down as well before we can start shaping it our cliche hearts. Okay. Okay, now that our polenta is chilling in the fridge, we move on to our beautiful, beautiful silky mushroom sauce, which we are going to make with our 3 wonderful mushrooms here. We've got our shiitake mushrooms, we've got shimiji, and we've got oyster. All 3 bring a different side to the sauce. So let's get cracking. So you want to heat up your pan. I mean, you could make it in a pot, but I mean, pans are much prettier to look at. Okay, so start off with a little bit of oil. Luckily for us, we've got gas stove, so it gets hot very fast. So you want to start with the mushrooms before anything else. You want to get them nice and golden. It's almost there. Okay, so you can just add. You can hear the little sizzle there. You can add all 3 in there. So we use these mushrooms for 3 things. Obviously for the sauce, and to just make the plate look creative. You know, it's Valentine.
So when you're here,
you literally just, I need to take just a few to the side. This would be for plating purposes. Then the rest can go into the sauce. Okay. Okay, this is where we add our butter. Okay. And then we're going to do onion. All of it. Keep that going. Salt. Ground black pepper. Okay. It smells fantastic in here. Okay, almost there. Okay, then it's our garlic. I don't know about everyone else, I'm a garlic lover, so there'll be a lot of that. That's a lot of lots and lots and lots of garlic. Okay. Okay, once you see it sort of like that, you see that all that fat is sort of gone away and your garlic is sort of starting to get golden. That's when you add your cream. You lower your temperature a bit because you have trying to split the cream. Lower it right there. And you add your cream slowly. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Come through very nicely. Nice. So you don't want it to evaporate too fast. You don't want it to evaporate too fast. So we've lowered the temperature, but I'm let it simmer right through it so that you could just infuse with all those nice golden mushroom flavors with that butter and garlic in there. Okay guys, our sauce is nice and ready. It's not too thick, it's not too thin. You can see the mushrooms still there. And now we'll just pull out our polenta right here. It's been set, it's not too firm, but also not too light. We're going to shape it, obviously we're going to go all cliche and cheesy, and have our little hot cutter right there. So, but we're going to take it a step further. You know, we're trying to be fancy for our lovers and our partners and our husbands' wives. So we're going to toast it up a little, or fry it up. Want to get it nice and golden brown. Okay, so a little bit of oil again. Always use olive oil. Okay, a little bit of that. Get that going on the pan. Then we're going to cut it out. Here's our hearts. Nothing says Valentine's like hearts, right? Got our hearts right there. Look at that. Yes, it is. Fry it. Hot, hot, hot. We're trying to get it nice and golden. Remember our mushrooms earlier on? We'll get those also just frying, just give them a nice golden color on the side there. You know, it's Valentine's, less dishes. And more time with our loved ones. And a little bit of butter for mushrooms. Okay, now that all our elements are done, it's time for my favorite part, which is the plating. So we have our polenta hearts here. I'm just going to remove them from the extra fat right there, just to get them to drain off any excess fat. You know, I'm not trying to kill you on Valentine with cholesterol. Okay, once that's done, just a few moments, now I use my hands when plating. So literally, if you don't have a black slate, a plate, a normal plate, we just try to be fancy, you know? Okay, so we would just have our hearts on there. Literally my heart on the plate. Wow, that was so literal. Okay, so then we have our sauce, as I said. Now here, you want to get all those mushrooms as well, you know? You want to pour it nicely on there. Nicely on there. Get more of that mushroom. It's a great starter, not too heavy, not too light, and still show your culinary skills. Okay, then the third heart, just to show your person that okay, it's actually hot, it's nothing else. Okay, now I use my hands, not so hot anymore. Nice mushrooms on there. All kinds, you want to get them to taste them. Okay, and then we've got just a little bit of greenery, got a little bit of thyme sprigs, you know, a little bit of color, and that's it. There's your Valentine starter, polenta hearts and mushrooms. Okay, now that we've done and served our starter, I'm sure the loved ones will enjoy it. Now we'll move on to our main. We're making a nice pasta with tomato paste and just this creaminess going right into chicken flavored pasta. So we've got our chicken here, firstly, which is already, you can use any spices, right? Chicken spice, barbecue, whatever. Then drizzle a little bit of olive oil on top just to get them, because we're about to fry them, just to get them nice and golden. Okay. So you want the pan nice and hot. You want it hot, so that it doesn't stick to the pan and just give that nice golden skin on top. Okay. Again, as you know, always a little bit of olive oil to start off the cooking process. It's starting to smoke a little bit. That's also an indication that we've got it right. It's hot. Okay. Okay, I've got 3 nice chicken breasts. I mean, this works perfectly as well with thighs. I actually prefer thighs more because they're nice and juicy. They keep that juiciness weight here. You will cook you in trouble on one's dry breasts. Okay. That's going. It's not ready, you will work it all. So now they stop sticking. Now we just need them to get some little bit more color. There we go. And then a little bit of butter to get it going, just a little bit. You know, butter makes everything taste better. A little bit of butter. So again, we are sort of saving time and washing dishes because most of these things are literally one pot. Because literally all these canned drippings that I have from the chicken, we're not going to throw them away. This is all flavor when you build our sauce from what we have right here. Okay. Once that is done, once it gets like this, sort of put the pan on the side and then remove the breast from the pan. Okay. Then we start off with our onion. Still off the meat. Onion in there. Just a little bit of onion. Okay. And our garlic as well. Garlic. And stir that up. Okay. So it's literally just releasing all those juices and flavors from this fried chicken. Okay. Okay. And then we have our tomato paste. Tomato paste, get that in there. You don't want to give it too much color, because the more you cook tomato paste, the darker your sauce will be. So we still want it sort of really rich red, rather than sort of too dark. Put that cooking in there. Okay guys, so we've just put a hold on our sauce because we're moving on to something very exciting. So here I made a fresh pasta dough. As you can see, it's nice and yellow from all the egg yolks. So I'm about to show you what pasta we're going to make. It's sort of almost just like pasta sheets, but a little bit smaller. Okay. Okay, you always want to cut your dough into manageable sizes. And once that's done, just get your hands, warmish, a little bit of flour, not a lot. I was always taught that if you have good pasta, it shouldn't be sticking to anything. So let's see what I made here. Okay, got a rolling pin. So we're trying here to roll a regular. lay it on the side. Then you pull out your pasta machine. These are very inexpensive, you know, and this is actually a great bonding exercise, and I'll put it like that. Okay, try and put it at the thickest it can go. So you can gradually bring it down. Okay, then you measure, will it go in? Yes, it will. Okay, so you have your pasta, one hand, right there, your dough, and then, so as I said, you need to start it at your thickest. Okay. Also, you can see it's not sticky. My mom's so correct. There you go. And that's a beautiful thickness right there. Almost translucent. That's what you want. Okay. So here, what I usually do is now I'm gonna add flour onto here, onto my sheet. Flour. Okay, once that's done, sharp knife. So I like it a little bit thicker. Okay, so I'm going to go through the round knife. Okay, it's going to be nice. So we call it pappardelle pasta. It's nice and thick. Okay, look at that. That's what you want. Then you loosen it up. Okay, now that we have all our pasta here, our nice thick thin pasta about, I'll call them balls, we're about to sort of get them to boil in the salted water till they're al dente, and then we'll start again, sort of, or resume rather, with our sauce, and then we've got our main going right there. So let's just get our pasta right into our pot, right? Nice boiling water. Just for a few minutes, nothing too much. Okay, then once we're done, we will sort of resume right here with our sauce. Now that our pasta is nice and ready, nice and al dente, well, I'm just going to sort of get it out of the water. As you can see, it's got nice pasta there. We'll move it from there. Now we're going to add olive oil to our pasta and not to our pasta water. Because come on, who doesn't know oil and water don't go together? Right here, olive oil. That's how to do to make sure that your pasta does not stick. Okay. Done. Okay. Now we get our sauce going again. Get our sauce going. Now remember the chicken we had earlier on? We're going to put it back. But now, because this is the second part of the cooking, it needs to cook with that sauce, nice and rich sauce. Do not need any drippings out. Okay, you can hear the sizzle? Great. Now we'll add a little bit of that pasta water. Also, that pasta water is nice and starchy, so it's already a natural thickener for our sauce. Look at that color, nice and red. You know, it's Valentine's after all. Okay, so we've just removed our chicken from the sauce because we've been sliced up and we want it nice and sort of presentable. But before we do that, we're going to add just a little bit of white wine. So we'll get that another acidic element into there. Okay, get that cooking. So you want to cook the alcohol out because we're not making wine sauce. Okay, so let it cook off just a little bit, simmer. And then we'll finish it off with my favorite cream cheese. Just get it, you know, you can't have pasta without something cheesy and creamy. Okay, so let's get that going. Right, now let's move to the chicken. As you can see, it's nice and red. Now we're going to slice it it's nice and ready. For us now, okay. So the moment you don't really smell the wine, it's starting to tell you that okay, it might be cooked out. Okay. Supposed to add just a different flavor. Okay, then we add our cream cheese to that. Just a tablespoon of cream cheese, or a little bit more. Alright guys, so we've got all our elements put here. So now we're going to plate. That's obviously the best part of it. So we've got our pasta that's been waiting for us. It's nice and drizzled with oil. And then we've got a new guest. This is our deep fried basil beans, obviously for that crunch and color. And then we've got our chicken right here that we've sliced and we're about to plate with it. And our sauce is also ready on the side. So how I like to do it, I like to sort of stack pasta, and I always start with the sauce. Because you want every other bite to have sort of every single thing that you're offering. So I usually start with the sauce at the bottom. Okay. Once that's done, you want to have chicken. You know, you can't be serving chicken and pasta. And now finally we have our pièce de résistance, our dessert. So we haven't eaten this, which is obviously a mixture of the pavlova, a berry compote and cream. So here we're going to make our compote. And here we have our blackberries, raspberries and blueberries, and we're just going to cook those off with a little bit of sugar, get them to be nice and syrupy, but not too sort of puree rather. And then we'll add that to our cloud of meringue. Pause. Okay, now we're getting into plating. Now we're finishing off with obviously Valentine's colors. We've got our reds and our whites here. So we've got our pavlova nest, which we're about to also put apart. So we're going to deconstruct it. It's going to be an eaten mess. You know, we're not looking for perfect anything. It's look just edible. It's look like an adventure. You know, just go and find stuff on the plate and the bowl and all of that. Okay, and then we've got our cream here, we whipped it. So I don't usually like it sort of being too much of a stiff peak. You want to put blotches. No rules, just do as you please. No rules at all. Okay, right. And then we've got our compote right here. Our cooked berries, oh look at that color. Look at that color, that's what you want. All those berries. That is your dessert. Done.